What up, everybody? Welcome to a special Talking Sports with the Know-It-Alls. This is going to be our Monday morning quarterback edition. I am your boy, the Know-It-All. I'm coming at you solo dolo today. Same thing, but like I say, just solo dolo. We're going to talk about yesterday's crazy day in football. But let's stop all the nonsense. But before we go, join us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Subscribe to the channel. You get more content, our shorts, different videos. You'll get an update on everything. But let's start off. Let me get this out the way. Bears beat the Saints 26-14 to go 4-2. Fourth straight win. This is for all the people, all the Chicago fans will be talking about I be hating. Just go to my cousin Vacate. Just go to Noel. Just go to all you Bear fans. Just go to my boy Mike, who say I'm a hater. Just go to K-Lona, who says I'm a hater. So they was impressive. I hate to do it. But y'all played the Saints. Come on, man. Stop playing. Y'all played the Saints. The season gets tough after this for the Bears. But, like I said last time, RELAX. Relax. Last year you started 4-2 as well. And look how that season unfolded. I'm not saying it's going to unfold the same way. But, chill out. Y'all got a tough stretch coming up. Starting next week with Baltimore. Even though Baltimore has won one game, I think Lamar come back next week. So let's see how that does, and let's see what go on. But you guys have won 4 straight. Even though they don't play some bum ass teams, I'm gonna leave it at that. But you won 4 straight. You can only win the games that you played. So Swift has had a sighting. 2 straight game over 100 yards. Caleb looked to be seeming like he's trying to turn the corner a little bit. But you see improvements. But let's take it from there. Bears win. Congrats to you, Bear fans. They got Baltimore next. So let's see what happens next. Look, NFL, look out. Rashee Rice came back for his first game of the season. How you come off the street serving the suspension and you get 2 TDs. The Chiefs beat the Raiders 31-0. Mahomes threw for 3 TDs, 2 to Rashee Rice. KC is 4-2, half game behind first place in the AFC West. NFL, buckle up. It's gonna be a long season. We thought KC was down. They seem to be back. Scary for the rest of the league. Raiders, I don't know what's going on with y'all. Pete Carroll looking like he might be over the hill. Geno, I have no clue what's going on. My guess is, I ain't gonna even lie, I think it's the offensive coordinator. I'm not a fan of Chip Kelly. He's not using Ashton Jeanty the correct way. So they might want to change over the coordinator. They might want to get rid of the head coach. I don't know, but I think the coordinator gonna be the one to go because of that. But the Chiefs, they back, baby. They back. It's gonna be a long season. So let's buckle up, everybody. One of the surprise this year, one of the surprise teams is on both sides of the spectrum. The Colts. The Colts improved to 6-1 with the 38-24 win over the Chargers. I'm so done with the Chargers. I'm so sick of y'all. We go through this every year with y'all. You have all the talent, you get all this hype, and you always do dumb shit. Then you'll go out and beat the world champs or something. Y'all will beat the shit out of them. Then y'all lay eggs and shit. I'm so fucking tired of the Chargers. I hate the Chargers. I always have. The The coach, though, Daniel Jones, potential comeback player of the year. I know the Giants are happy with Jackson Dart, but you got to start to wonder, was it the Giants? You know, Daniel Jones doing good. Saquon did good last year. You know, it might have been the Giants might have been the problem. You know what I'm saying? But Daniel Jones threw for 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Taylor, MVP candidate in my book. He ran for 3 touchdowns. I think this is the second time this year he's run for 3 touchdowns. The Colts are looking dangerously tough to me. They looking dangerously tough. They finished 6-1. They should be 6-2, but I ain't gonna even go there. But 5-2. But they improved to 6-1. Can't knock it. Justin Herbert for the Chargers threw for 420, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions. I don't know what it is with the Chargers. They always stepping on, getting in their own way. But I'm gonna give it up to the Colts that you guys are 6-1 with the win. Other than the Bears hype wagon, do you guys see the other hype wagon train loading up? I know y'all do. It never fails. Just like a Bear fan, the Cowboy hype train is beginning. Cowboys get CeeDee Lamb back and put a whooping on the Commanders. They whoop their ass for real. 44-22. Dallas improves to 3-1 with they gonna be interesting next week, but I'm gonna leave that there. CeeDee Lamb comes back after missing time with injuries, having 5 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown. Javonte Williams continuing his comeback season, has 116 with a touchdown. Dak threw for 264 and 3 TDs. Look, I clown on Cowboys all the time. Dak is looking like an MVP candidate with Jonathan Taylor. Dak is looking good considering he lost CD for a few games and still been putting up numbers. I'm not going to trip Dallas offense. It's look potent, and with them, with CD and Pickens, with Javonte running the way they do, they offense is looking amazing so far this year. Defense, we gonna see, and with some tough games coming up, let's see if Dallas can keep this up, or is this just a little hype for nothing? So on the flip side with Washington, look, Jane Daniels left with a hamstring injury. Look, he hurt his knee early in the year. Now he having a hamstring injury. I think Washington really needs to sit Jane Daniels down for a few weeks or something to get right. You don't want this to be something lingering. He's not a big guy to begin with, but he's had knee issues in the past in college. I hope they don't rush this kid and really mess him up. Let the kid get healthy. He got a lot of career left. Don't rush the kid back. And, you know, when you're dealing with an injury, you're trying to compensate for the injury, you end up hurting something else. So, Washington, sit the kid down. Help him help himself. Because as an athlete, he's going to want to play but to try to help the team because he wants his team to do good. Sit the kid down and let him fully get healthy. If he has to miss a whole lot of time, I'd rather you do that and get healthy than you guys rush him along and you fuck him up for the rest of his career. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, Dallas won 44-22. I thought Washington was going to get them, but Dallas was impressive yesterday with the win. And like I say, just like Bear fans, Cowboy fans, RELAX. Relax. Man, the NFL is still overseas playing games. And Sunday morning, we had the Rams play the Jags. Two teams that was playing, rather, I ain't gonna say doing this, but the Jags was playing good, the Rams was playing good. I have big hopes for the Rams. The Rams came away with the 35-7 win to improve to 5-2. Matthew Stafford went over there and got busy. He threw 5 TDs, 3 to Davante Adams. And if you looked at the show last week, I called it. I said we're going to have a Davante Adams sighting with Puka Nacua getting hurt. I said last week it was Davante time to get down. And thank you, Davante, for proving me right. He got down, and the Rams look good. They look good right now. Matthew Stafford looking good. The defense looking good. So it only going to get better from here for the Rams. I'm real impressed with them. For the Jags, to me, the only highlight was the Travis Hunter TD that he got. I wish the Jags would figure out what they want to do with him. I like him better as a defensive back, but he seems to have potential as a receiver. But figure out what you're going to do with the brother. But like I say, Rams improved to 5-2. Matthew Stafford had a great game yesterday. Davante did too. So let's see what the Rams going to do the rest of the year. Hey man, look, the Packers. Packers won again to beat the Cardinals, but it was a struggle of a game. They won 27-23. It was a struggle of a game. Josh Jacobs came with it, ran for 2 touchdowns, but the Cardinals had a hard-fought game. Jacoby Brissett, look, salute, man. You had them looking good. You played decent, but look, Packers got Michael Parsons. You don't, my man. Michael Parsons had three sacks. And you can tell he's been hurt and something like that. It seemed like he's getting better, but I think he was just getting his wind back. You know what I'm saying? Because, man, he was out all preseason. He's getting his feet under him. He's going to be a terror the second half of the season. And I think the Packers are going to be all right. They just going through the motions right now. They're struggling. They had a lot of injuries. They're going to get some players back. But their defense, when they're ready to play, it comes to play. Jordan Love got to fix some things. But I got high hopes for the Packers. Look, I'm hoping for Rams-Packers NFC Championship game. That would be a great game. But right now, Packers improved with the win. Cardinals, y'all just going through the motions right now. Marvin Harrison, you are making some catches, so hopefully, but you guys look rough. You know what I'm saying? One of the interesting games we had yesterday, the Eagles beat the Vikings 28-22 to improve to 5-2. Jalen Hurts had a rare game where he threw 326 and 3 TDs, 2 to A.J. Brown, 1 to Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith led the team with 183 yards. I guess all that crying and shit pays off with the receivers crying so much. I guess they don't care. They got the ball, so they won. So it probably shut them up for a week. You know, Carson Wentz, as the Vikings fall to 3-3, Carson Wentz had 2 turnovers, but it was a back and forth game. And man, the Jalen Hurts sighting. Let's see if they're gonna calm down the boo birds, the crybabies. If they got them some milk, they sucked on a few. I can't say what I want to say. They not crying no more. I'll just say it at that. So they beat the Vikings. Let's see. They come back from losing to the Broncos, and let's see what they're going to do. Look, Sunday night, 49ers improved to 5-2 as well with the 2010 victory over the Falcons. We had Christian McCaffrey sighting. He had over 200 yards of total offense. He had over 100 yards rushing. I think he had about 70 yards receiving. The 49ers, despite all their injuries, still managing a way to win. You know, Bijan is still doing his thing for the Vikings. I don't know. You know, 1 week they on, 1 week they off. They still trying to figure their stuff out. But the 49ers, even though with all these injuries, keep winning. So losing everybody that they did, but McCaffrey coming with it. I don't know what's going to happen when they play the Rams, but let's just keep tabs on what go on with the Niners. But an impressive win over the Falcons Sunday night. I know y'all been waiting on it. And the game of the weekend. My Broncos came back from the dead to win 33-32 over the Giants. Even though the Giants have been struggling. I'm not going to lie to you. I was so pissed off. Didn't expect this. And I'm normally the one to be like, my team going to come back. Look here, man. They was losing 19-0 at the start of the fourth quarter. I didn't see this in them. Everybody know I'm not a Bo Nix fan. When they was down 19-0, I was pissed because I knew all these Bears fans, the Bears had won. I knew that's all they needed to talk shit to me, that my Broncos was going to lose to the Giants. I was pissed. I really wasn't paying attention to the game. I was pissed off. I was just preparing my phone and shit to get blew up about the Broncos losing to the Giants, especially with the Bears winning. I just knew shit was finna get ugly. I was just trying to prepare myself. But they made a hell of a comeback to score 33 points in the fourth quarter to outscore the Giants 33-13 in the fourth quarter to pull off the 33-32 victory over the Giants, kicking the field goal with time running out. But on the flip side, I can't trip. Giants, you might have found your franchise quarterback. The kid got the moxie. He played. He tore my defense up, and my defense is top 5 in the NFL. I'm still going to ride with him. He tore their ass up. I ain't going to even trip. You know what I'm saying? But Broncos improved to 5-2. They first place in the division with a half-game lead over the Chiefs. Look, that's all I can say about the game. Shit, I just take a deep breath. But next week, we got a big test. We play the Cowboys. The Cowboys, the team with the hella offense and the fucked up defense. So let's see how this gonna go. Later on this week, I'm gonna come with my picks for the week because it's a lot of games coming up this week. But before I go check out my girl Nikki up in Boxville. She's doing big things out in Boxville. She got a lot of food that you guys would like. Go check out my girl Nikki. Hey, it wasn't no Ralph, no Ant this week. You know, I did the show Solo Dolo. But they'll be back next week. Our show next week, we're going to have our NBA preview. The NBA is back. One of my favorite times of the year. World Series will be starting. We'll talk about the World Series. So check us out next week. And like I say, go to that, go to that channel, subscribe to the channel to get more content about the know-it-alls. We're going to try to bring you some once a week, once or twice a week. You know, we're going to predict some games. But we're going to do what we do, talk a little shit, clown the Bears, clown Chicago teams down. Like, the Bulls are starting, so I got another Chicago team to clown. But thanks again for everybody checking us out. Let me know what you think. Leave the comments. I will get back to you. It's your boy, The Know It All. Check you out on the next show. Later.